30 times. Ten times more. Two times more. Letting go and stop.
And so I thought, what's the one way that I can feel good about money? Okay, the way that I can feel good about money is if I give some away. And so what I did was...
what about if you have no money to give away?
I took it out on my credit card.
Wow.
I took out these $20 bills on my credit card. I think I could access $100 or something. So I took out all of these $20 bills and I thought, right, I'm going to walk down the street, and I said to the universe, show me who to give it to. And so I would walk down the street and I was looking at everybody's faces. And I don't know if you've ever done that in your life, is just so silently walk down a street and look at people's faces, like with a heart wide open. And I was just melting, looking at all these people's faces. And then it was just amazing because the universe would just show me who to give it to. Like these kids walked out of a store and they're like counting their money. Oh, I don't have enough to get that, they're wanting to get something in the store. And so just, gave them $20 and they're like, thanks, lady, and ran back in the store to get, the ice creams or whatever they wanted. And it was an ice cream store, I think they were out the front of. And so yeah, I just went down the street giving away this money. And in fact, there were there was two or one $20 note that it just like stopped. It wasn't clear anymore who to give it to. And so I just stopped. Do you know that was on a Friday, and on the Monday, I received $25,000 in my account from a place that I never, ever, ever could have expected.
Wow.
Yeah.
So powerful.
Right?
It's crazy.
Isn't it something?
$30 times. 10 times more. Two times more. Letting go and stop.
Was there any other tests or games that you tried to, change your thoughts and play with your mind to start seeing yourself as abundant and in prosperity?
Yeah, I did. I did lists of all of the things that I was going to, all the things I was going to buy, when the money came in. So I did all of these lists and I imagined that I had those things already. And I remember it was like, I want a house on the ocean. I really went all out, that was just some list. One of the things I remember is that I'd always wanted a Range Rover all of my life, and that was just beyond anything I could afford. And especially in Australia, like they were crazy prices. But still I put it on the list and I put all these things on the list. But, interestingly enough, like I did that because that was a way to turn money around. But when The Secret got released, I didn't care about any of it and I didn't even care. All that mattered was that I had got it out into the world, and now it was in the world. It could never be taken away. And that is what mattered to me more than anything, is that was going to get into people's hands. And so, but still, I have to tell you, got all the things on the list. There's amazing views out here of the ocean. I ended up by getting a Range Rover. But I did a lot of practices, and I have shared those practices in a lot of the books. And also we created an app, which was The Secret to Money. And so there are a lot of the practices that I put in that app. And I was just dedicated.
Wow.
Because I knew this was a big thing for people, and that if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is you keep doing it until you do not feel any more lack anymore, until there are no more thoughts coming up saying, oh no, you're broke, thoughts where you're even looking at the money going out with like a contraction. Something else I did, I imagined that with those bills that I would open, I imagined that I was giving those people money and helping their families and helping. So I would imagine that as well. That was something else I did, that when I paid a bill, I would really sit down and I would think about all of the people that worked in that company and all of their families. I would feel the feelings of all of that. Then I would think about all of the industries that service that company that I was paying the money to, and that all of the money that I'm paying affects all of those people and helps their family and helps them get food. And so that was sort of another way that I felt really good about money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thirty times. Ten times more. 2 times more. Letting go and stop.
Do you ever wish the secret came to you sooner in your life when you were starting your career or, at a place where you're like, man, I could really use some money right now, 10 or 15 years prior? Did you ever, or are you grateful that it came at the exact moment it came?
Hey, it would have been nice had it come earlier. But
Do you think you would have been ready for it?
No. I think the timing of the universe is perfect on everything. And I don't think, I don't know that I would have heard it. I don't know. Like, I needed every single thing that took place in my life to happen. And I had a couple of really rough years before 2004. And then 2004 was a doozy. That's why it knocked me to the ground. And I've looked back on all of those things and I'm so grateful for every one of them, because I needed every one of those things to go wrong to get me to the place that I got to. And I'm just so grateful. I could have lived my whole life without, finding anything. And I just think I'm so blessed.
Isn't it interesting? A lot of people that I've interviewed have gone through some type of big breakdown in their life or at some stage. And isn't it interesting that it's hard for us to truly grow and find the wisdom we need to find when things are going good or when they're going kind of bad? But it's almost like we need to have some type of breakdown we need to have a near-death experience, a breakup in a relationship or divorce, an injury, a career loss, in order for us to wake up and say, something's not working. I need to find the answers and the information to help me improve my life. Why do you think it has to be so hard for us to seek and find the truth? Yeah.
I think it's because, and I would say to people, you do not have to suffer, I write books so they don't have to suffer, but it just does seem to happen that way. And I think there are a few reasons why. I think when we kind of collapse, there's a part of us that surrenders a little bit. If I think back to that night when I discovered the secret, I've played that over and over in my mind. And definitely there was not the ego that's got so many ideas and opinions. I've always said that night that the despair was so great inside me that my ego jumped on a horse and rode the heck out of there.
Wow.
That's because I think it just collapsed, and so there was this huge opening, and in that opening came everything.